Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to East Carolina University. We're here for another edition of Pirate Parents Live. My name is Chris Stansberry. I'm the Associate Vice Chancellor for the Division of Student Affairs here at ECU. We have another great conversation planned for you. If you're joining us live, we welcome you to add questions and comments there in the Facebook section. You can add them. We've got folks that are looking out for those comments and questions. And as you get them, we'll ask them to the panelists. Otherwise, I'll throw questions to them. If you're watching in the archived edition and you have a question and we didn't cover it, feel free to go ahead and post it. Emily Lynn Adkins, our Parent Services Director, will make sure she's monitoring that, and we'll get back to you with that. So without further ado, let's get to our topic today. We're talking about transitions. We have a great panel here with us, starting right here with me. Closest to me is Patrick Roberts. He's the Associate Director in Career Services, working to coordinate marketing and technology efforts. He does much more than that. He's been here for 6 years. We'll talk about Patrick's involvement with career and how that helps our students get jobs. Next to Patrick, we have Amanda Sines. She's an education abroad advisor in the Office of Global Affairs. For the past year, she has worked with students completing summer or semester-long study abroad programs. For those of you, you may remember, our Chancellor Cecil Staten has a very strong commitment to broadening the horizons for East Carolina students. We want to get as many students global as possible during their time here at East Carolina, and Amanda will have a lot to add with that. And on the very end, we have Brandy Daniels. She's the Assistant Director of Housing Operations. She works specifically with off-campus student population, and she's been with ECU for 4 years. So welcome to each of you. I'm going to slide out and tell you my first question. We'll start with you, Patrick, which would be, the topic is transitions, but in your role in career and global affairs and off-campus, talk about how you help students transition through different parts of their career.
Sure. So good afternoon, everybody. So through career services, the way that we help students transition, we help them in all 4 years, but broadly, just giving some broad strokes in terms of the services that we provide. First, we help students choose their major, what they want to do with their major. So we provide that through one-on-one counseling as well as walk-in hours and our software called Virtual Job Shadow. All the resources I'm going to talk about today can be located on our website, which is ecu.edu/career. Second thing we do is we help students transition to job searching and internship searching. We do that through resume and cover letter reviews, as well as critiques, interview practice, applying to graduate school, and we have a job database system called ECU CareerNet. Finally, we connect students to employers, so we help them with on-campus interview sessions and information sessions. We have career fair events, and we have conferences and networking events to help students prepare to communicate what skills they've gotten here at ECU and how that translates into the world of work. In these roles, I would say, going back to the original question of transitioning, originally with freshmen, we're definitely focusing on making sure they're in the right major and making sure they have clear career goals. And then around their junior and senior year, we're really focusing on helping them transition into, again, the world of work. So that includes both applying to graduate school or professional school, as well as just applying for full-time positions. Right.
Hi, everyone. At my office, the Office of Global Affairs, we work with students through the full transition of their study and internship abroad experience. So it starts with students coming in and me educating them on the types of programs that we have, what opportunities might fit with the degree plans that they have here on campus, as well as what resources that the students have as well. And those resources could be anything from helping them to apply for different scholarships we have on campus, as well as how to use their financial aid packages for the experiences. And then, obviously helping them with their study abroad applications, which there are usually multiple steps that students have to complete. And part of that application process is also connecting them with the offices that we have on the ground at the respective universities they might be studying at abroad. So once students go overseas, obviously they're still connected with our office, but they also have a team there on the ground with them. So a lot of our work with helping students transition to their new culture while they're abroad is making those connections with that overseas institution and team. While they are abroad, we're working to make sure that they're acclimating, enjoying their new culture, obviously going to class, making sure they're performing well, and then once they return, we're helping with them with how to further those skills that they learned on their study abroad experience, whether it's helping them get internships by showing them how to showcase their experiences on their resume, how to use those experiences to get their first job, or how to stay connected once they get here to campus. So it's a full realm of how we help them transition with the study abroad experience.
Thank you, Brandy.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brandy Daniels, and I think besides choosing which institution to attend, whether or not students choose to live on or off campus and where they choose to live is very critical to the impact that could have on the students' academic time here at the university. So our office helps through programs, services, and resources. So each semester we have particular programs that will discuss affordability, expectations, because they are now part of a community if they choose to move off campus. So we want them to be aware of that information. We also provide a lot of resources, which all of this information can be found on our website at ecu.edu/OCSS. A workbook, brochures, a lot of information that talks about landlord-tenant laws for the state of North Carolina, and then as well as different services. So we also meet one-on-one consultations with students, parents, sometimes over the phone, just to kind of dialogue and engage students about their housing choice, whether or not it's time for them to move off campus, if they can afford it or not, some of the expectations moving forward about guests, leases, and sometimes just basic information that students are not aware because they're used to on-campus housing.
So a lot of things we can cover in the next little while, and I want to start with, parents is our key audience here. They're the ones who are tuning in and being a part of this, and each of you have students that need to take the lead and ownership on their own pieces, whether it's getting a job or it's going global or it's getting an apartment complex. And I'm sure parents are going to be watching going, when should I get involved? When should I not get involved? How do I get involved? So I guess we'll just start with Brandy coming right back down and say, when a student, maybe they had their first year on campus and they're ready in that second year or third year to move off, and they're looking to go to an apartment, where can the parents be the most support for that transition process? And then we'll work our way down.
Right. Well, first we ask that if you have questions, call our office, 252-328-2847, and just ask us. We have a lot of parents that will call us and just say, I'm not familiar with the area. Can you just tell me some information I need to know about the area? And we're more than happy to do that. And we want to engage parents, because a lot of times what happens is sometimes we receive calls and they're on the back end. So there's not much that we can do sometimes, but if we can get that education out early, then we can help more than likely steer and help students and parents make better decisions or be more informed. So this is actually the time of the year where we recommend students and parents begin to make a decision on whether they're going to live on or off campus next year. Keeping in mind that if you sign a lease right now, you will be fiscally responsible for that lease, whether your son or daughter continues to go to ECU next year or not. Whereas if you lived on campus and something happened that you were no longer able to attend the university, you could cancel with little to no fiscal responsibility. So we recommend that parents begin to get engaged now. Check out our website for our information. If your son or daughter is thinking about living in the grid area, you want to reach out to the code enforcement very early. They would love to go and check a house or duplex to make sure it's up to code, of course. But we want to be your main resource for questions and answers that you have for living on campus. But just do your due diligence with information. You can never have too much information.
So I want to come back to that in a minute. The grid area is that area closest to campus, right behind kind of 5th Street for those people that are probably familiar. But I want to come back to that as far as the difference between an apartment and a house moving off campus here in just a minute. But Amanda, for you, how and where should the parents get involved on the study abroad and the global perspective?
Yeah, so just like Brandy was saying, I'm always more than happy to speak with parents when they call in. My direct line is 328-1051. I'm always happy to answer any questions. And then parents are also able to go and look at the different study abroad programs we have, resources we have available if they go to Pirates Abroad at ecu.edu. Or .ecu.edu. If you go there, you are able to learn quite a bit about our programs, but I think the best way that student or that parents can help their students studying abroad is encouraging them to come to our office and ask the questions that they have, or just come to get information. Because I think with study abroad, it's very important for students to take ownership of the experience, because they are going to be the ones who are physically out of country. And so it's great when mom and dad are aware of the different parameters of the program, but if the student never actually came in or, read any of the information, they're going to be the ones who are there still needing that information. So it's great for parents to be involved, but it's very, very important for students to come and get that information themselves. So, mom and dad can maybe kind of give some cues on what questions they should ask, but I think the strongest point would be to encourage them to make a one-on-one appointment with me. I'm very comfortable with having students coming in and just saying, I want to study abroad. Now what do I do? And that's usually how students come in. They're not sure what kind of program they want to do. They're not sure even what questions they're supposed to ask. So that's definitely my job to point them in the correct direction. So again, the best point is for parents to encourage them to come and speak with me, or we do have weekly information sessions. They're every Tuesday and Wednesday at 4 o'clock at the International House.
And I think that's another piece, maybe as advice from me, not necessarily the panelists, is and it sounds like you're in the same accord, is how do we empower our students to make those decisions and take those steps? And as parents, that's what we can do. Have the conversations, but then build them up to do it. Patrick, I would assume that would almost be right in your wheelhouse, right? You don't want a parent coming in with a student's resume. You want to work with them directly on that.
We've had that before. We've had parents call and schedule appointments for their students. So yeah, I would echo what both of them have said, which is definitely that we want the student to take ownership. We love the parents to contact us. The first thing I would say is when you go to our homepage at the top tab, there's one specifically for parents. And with that, there's a frequently asked questions section. So I think that can answer a lot of questions and send you to different resources that we have, as well as the university has, to help parents kind of support their students in their career development. First thing I would say related to what parents could do is it's never too early to begin challenging your student to think about their career after ECU. I think that that's a really important thing to understand, even as a freshman, sophomore, junior, before that senior year, to challenge your student to say, what do you want to do with this degree? What do you want to do after graduation? And helping them either connect the dots or sending them to us to help them connect the dots is one thing that we really want parents to think about when they're home for those breaks, challenging them to say, okay, what